Hello and welcome to another day. This is day number 5, 10, 15, 17 I think on Digging the Coast. 3, 6, 5. We didn't rehearse that, honestly, we didn't rehearse that. And this isn't a second take either because the first one went wrong. And this is Evie, Pete and Brendan. And the two girls over there who don't want to be on video. Let's go do this, come on. First signal of the day. I've got the For's relic out today. I'm just sick of the Deus. I can't tell what I'm digging with it. I'm just digging everything, so at least with this I've got some idea. Well, this says it's the number 85. This is going to be so difficult in all these pebbles. Look, as soon as you get some away, more fillets, more go in. Oh, this is a nightmare. It's out anyway. Where are you? Can't even see it. Ah, it's that. Oh, you are having a laugh. Molten aluminium in the shape of a pebble on a pebble beach. We could be here all day. Look at the state of that. How am I meant to find things like that? They all look the same. This is proving to be crazy so far. We've got big, I don't know, some kind of jets going over the top. It's always shingly beach, pebble beach. So it's making a noise and you can hardly hear your detector. I haven't brought my headphones out. The tide, very big waves which are making a really big noise. But when it goes back out again, it makes a lovely little pebbly noise. Oh, cheers one, listen. Did you hear that? That's quite cool. But it's making it very difficult to hear the metal detector. Just had a beautiful signal in here and it's right on the surface. You can see it from here. There's some fishermen just down there. I wonder if he'd like that. Because that is a perfectly good weight. Oh, it's another one. Is this going to be the day of finding fishing weights? It's obviously a popular place for fishing. Brendan's trying his luck in the cliffside there. With a Garrett Ace 250. He might be getting false signals in sand. But maybe not. I've got one here. It's honestly, these jets going overhead are doing my head in. It's the same one just circling us. And I can't hear what I'm doing. Okay, it's out, it's out. Just a bit of aluminium. Started bleeding again. Every single day it starts bleeding again. And it's where I rest the camera on my hand there. It's really hurting sometimes. I don't know what's going on here. Is that off a crab? It's like a crab claw or something, or a lobster. Or has someone bought a lobster and been eating it? What's that there? Ugh. I don't know, is that a lobster or a crab? I think someone's bought one, haven't they, and they've eaten it here. Well, the cliffs are continuing to look gorgeous. Look at the colours on this one. And there's these really strange things sticking out. Who's going to tell me about them? Probably my geologist, my man, Sam. What are these, Sam? Okay, it's out. Melted aluminium. What are you laughing at? It's more than you've found. Right, it's time to see how much money we've raised so far.
Bing!
And how much money we've raised in the last 24 hours.
Bing!
Free service, this is brilliant. Honestly, if you ever want to join me on beach, come down as long as you're willing to work. By the way, we've gone over £4,000, I've noticed. That means 4 wishes come true now, so we're getting up there. Let's now make it 5 wishes.
But it's not enough.
It's not enough. No, it's not enough. We want £50,000. The richest person watching this, just donate £50,000 and we can all go home.
They wouldn't even notice.
Piece of aluminium, I think. No, it's copper. Piece of copper. Wait, we haven't found any copper yet. What's that? What's that? What's that? Absolutely no idea. I've no idea what it is. Look, do you want to see some tanks instead? How about some tanks and some guns and all that kind of stuff? Alright, let's go have a look at some. So I've brought you to Muckleburg, I think it's called Muckleburg Museum, because we're doing Weymouth today, and there was a Weymouth military camp, which I didn't know until now. But this place is full of guns and tanks and all sorts, so I'm really looking forward to this. I'll tell you what, I've been to a lot of military museums in my time, but I've never seen such a comprehensive selection. Dozens of gas masks there. You go into the next one, look at all these bayonets and daggers. Dozens and dozens of them. Oh, and my all-time favourite, I always loved this, is trench art. I've shown you one of them recently in a different museum, something similar. And check out all these guns. You've got a Bren gun there. Kalashnikovs. One there from Iraq. They're from all over the world, these, they're not just World War II. Sten submachine gun. Thompson machine gun. This is amazing. What are these here? Look at these flare guns. American flare gun 1944. Hello, love. You come here often? Yeah, it's one of my favourite hangouts. What are you doing after the museum? I'm thinking of going to do some metal detecting if you fancy tagging along. Now you can't see this very well for the lights shining on top of the glass, but it's a World War I like model, if you like. But look at it from eye level. Gives you a good idea of what the soldiers would have seen. That's amazing. The detail gone into that. So we've moved into some of the clothing, military clothing here. Look at the dates on some of these. 1860, 1872, 1860. Got a few Lee Metfords there, and all these Mausers. That's what I need as my metal detecting belt. Put all my finds in there as I'm going around. Look at the detail on that. That's quite cool. A full-scale model of a horse called Copenhagen, which was ridden by the Duke of Wellington. They're not real. It's quite amazing, really. I'm doing this coastal trip, and it doesn't matter where I go, I always end up with military things. I don't know, I'm just drawn to military things. This is a howitzer. I was stood next to one of them the other day. That's 2 I've already had in my first 16 days. And another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. That's a lot of howitzers. And this one here is the same as the one I was photographed next to in the other place. Where were we? About 4 days ago, I can't remember where we were. It's howitzer FH70. I know that because there's a sign over there that tells you. That is AMX-13, French. First one made after World War II. I bet that's not seen much action. And this is called a Diamond T Wrecker. Now this in World War II, when they were advancing in Germany, this is what they'd send out to recover all the broken down vehicles. I know that because it says so on a sign just there. Well, I wish I could see one of them. A Thunderbird MK2. Oh, oh, oh! It's a Thunderbird MK2. Developed after World War II for its defences. They're getting bigger, they're getting bigger. Oh, I know this tank looks a bit girly. It's an M29 Weasel, which the Americans invented because they needed something to go over snow in Norway in 1943, and that's what they came up with. Went at 36 miles an hour, weighs about 2.6 tonnes, give or take. I know that because it says so on the sign down here. There's just too much to show you all, guys. Ford amphibian Jeep. I always like to see them. We've got a Centurion MK5 tank here. The only downside to this place is they've had to cram it all in. It's quite hard to get a good picture of them, but they're absolutely amazing to look at. There's a Chieftain. That is big. Wow. Developed in the 1950s, I think. There you've got a Scorpion. It's a little baby one, that. We're not interested in that. What's this beauty? Oh, a Panzer. Panzer PZ61. I've never seen one of them before, I don't think. Oh, what's this one here? M47 Patton. I've not seen one of them before either. So your M47 Patton, that was used in the Korean War by the Americans, but it wasn't very practical really because it only did like 1 mile to 3 gallons. So it had a very short range. I know that because it says so on a sign down there. Let's check out all these models. Hundreds and hundreds of models. Just think of how much work has gone into all these. We've got the tanks over here. Just thousands of them. I used to like trying to make models. I once bought the Titanic. I just haven't got the patience for it, to be honest. I don't even think I got to the glue stage. I just got all the pieces out and thought, oh, that looks a bit hard, and didn't do it. And it cost me a lot of money as well, and I just didn't do it. Don't know whatever happened to my Titanic. Probably sunk. Well, we couldn't do a trip of the coast without showing you loads and loads and loads and loads of shells. That's a lot of shells. So this is a Daimler MK1 armoured car, and over here you've got an M8 Greyhound. I've not heard of a lot of these. Now this armoured car, it's called a Humber Pig. They used it from 1950s to 1990s, did the British, and they used it in Northern Ireland a lot. Now, how it got its name Pig, no one's entirely sure. Some people say it's because the front looks like a snout, but people who actually drove them said it was a pig to drive, so who knows. I know that because it says so here. So you've got a Saladin armoured car there, and a Ferret scout car here. Now, who's going to tell me when an armoured car and a scout car becomes a tank? Because they look very similar to me, just a tiny bit smaller. What's this? 88mm Flak 37 German anti-tank gun. You've got all these anti-tank guns here. You've got a Rapier MK1 missile. That's a Russian one, ZPU. A Bofors 40mm. And a 20mm German anti-aircraft gun. Just think of all the lives they might have taken over the years. So now we're getting on to the tanks I've heard of, I think. You've got a Stuart tank there. Oh, a Soviet T-34, my favourite tank. That's an A-34 Comet. And over here you've got your Sherman, your American Sherman tank. Can't have a military museum without a Sherman in it, can you? A German V1 flying bomb. And we've even got a plane, look. That's a Hawker Harrier GR1. Let's have a look up the stairs. Yeah, I don't think I'd like to fly planes. It looks a bit scary, doesn't it? You know, if you press the wrong button, you could get ejected out of your seat. Or you could shoot someone by accident. Trains are a lot, I think they're a lot more economical. And yeah, they take a bit longer, but you know, they have special stations for trains where they can stop. You can only park them in certain places. And I suppose we'll leave the museum with yet another howitzer. It's another FH-70. That's my third one of them now in, I think, 3 days. It's getting ridiculous. I want to find metal objects, but not necessarily... Oh! So I hope you enjoyed that. That were a pretty good museum. Let's get back to it, yeah? Spendable money? You've got some money. How much money have you got? 5 pence. Yeah, well, lucky. I've got that. Yeah, you can stick your 5 pence. I've got that. You haven't got a piece of that. Okay, he's got a coin spill here. No 5 pence and there's something else in there. It's that. That'll have metal in it. Yeah, that'll have metal in it.
Where did I just throw it?
There.
Oh. Oh, hello. Found a dog.
Hello. Well, Brendan's just found a spacer. A spacer. He says, "Don't film me. Don't show that, will you?" I had to correct him. It's called a washer. It's called a washer, Brendan. I've just found something pretty nice. Look at this. Another big fishing weighted lure thingamabob. It's a shame it's broken because the fishermen down there would love that if it was in full tact. Well, since Pete's come along, I've had a song I can't get out of my head. You know, Pete's Dragon, one of my favourite films of all time as a kid, and it probably still is. But there's just a song from that film and I can't get it out of my head now. It goes bum 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 bum. Bum ba ba bum. I love you too. Ba 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 bum bum. I love you too. Ba 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 bum bum. I love you too. Yeah, I can't get it out of my head. Now we're coming to a new section of the show, newly introduced today. It's called Viewer's Voice. It's where people who come to see me have to sing a song. Today it's I Should Be So Lucky by Kylie Minogue by Brendan. Take it away, Brendan.
I should be so lucky. I can't do it.
I can't believe I got that much out of him, really. Well, the gang's leaving me, look. The women have had enough. Can't blame them, sat on pebbles all day, watching your man swing a detector. But yeah, what a lovely set of people. Pete just donated a tenner and Brendan donated £20. We're going to get there with this 50,000, I'm telling you. It's just going to take time, but we're going to get there. Who's going to tell me what that is then? It's a bone, some kind of bone. Very weird shaped bone. Well, the sea nearly took me then. I just found this load of wire, a load of fishing weights in there. Someone obviously got tangled and snagged up. I wonder if the fishermen over here would like it, I'll see. Yeah, the fisherman behind me over there, can you see him? He's kneeling down trying to untangle it all. Over the moon. So if you find anything like that, guys, just give it to the local fishermen. They're very, very appreciative. Right, that's it for today. I've had a lovely day. I've had a really nice day. So thanks for joining, guys. Please remember to donate. All the links are in the description. Thank you for joining me today on Digging the Coast 365.